But we're going to see some fog probably set up again in the next hour or two. So be mindful that low-lying areas might already have a few patchy areas of fog out there. But for the most part, our reporting sites aren't showing any red flags, at least just yet. Right now, just mainly cloudy skies overhead. 71 degrees at this point, so it's another warm morning with most areas located in the lower 70s. A few upper 60s thrown into the mix too. But check out the cloud cover and how thick it is on the satellite and radar that's moving in from the south and southwest. We're going to hang on to it all day long. And yeah, we're looking at the chance for drizzle this morning, but keep the umbrella around because later today we'll have a 10% opportunity right around when you're heading home from work that we could get a few more drops of rain. Otherwise, look for a high of 83 and a little breezy at times this afternoon. But this 10% chance today is just a preview of what's to come as we get into tomorrow and Halloween. We'll tell you about the heavy rains that will enter central Texas coming up in your full 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
Okay, parts of the abortion law will not go into effect today. This after a federal judge in Austin ruled they were unconstitutional. Judge Lee Yeakel ruled the provision that says abortion doctors must have admitting privileges at a nearby hospital was overly restrictive. Because of the ruling, several abortion clinics across the state will stay open, including one in South Austin.
I do believe that the abortionist should be responsible for their patient, and so I do believe it's vital to have those hospital admitting privileges.
But seeing that he acknowledged the fact that there are components of this bill that are absolutely unconstitutional was gratifying and reaffirming.
Other aspects of the law will still go into effect, including a ban on abortions after 20 weeks.
Governor Rick Perry released a statement on the ruling saying, quote, that it will not stop our ongoing efforts to protect life. Perry added Texas will keep fighting for laws that reflect and will value the state of Texas. Texas Attorney General Greg Abbott spoke at a campaign event where he made intentions clear that his office plans to appeal that ruling as well. He says that he sees this issue going all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. As for Democratic State Senator Wendy Davis, who was the face of opposition to this law with her filibuster in that special session, well, she briefly responded on Twitter, and all she was saying is, quote, as a mother, I would rather see our tax dollars spent on improving our kids' schools than defending this law.
Today, you can get a progress report on the status of the Dell Medical School. There's an open forum tonight at the University of Texas Student Activity Center Ballroom on Speedway. Developers will update the community on plans for the school, which is expected to open in 2016. The forum will be moderated by our own Robert Hadlock and Leslie Rohde. It was last November when Travis County voters approved to use $35 million of taxpayer money. That means higher property taxes to help pay for the medical school.
Today, we will hear from those behind the healthcare.gov website. The House Ways and Means Committee will question Medicare Chief Marilyn Tavenner on what went wrong. Lawmakers are expected to ask if the website will be running well by the end of November. This after the Obama administration approved a 6-month extension for Americans who want to sign up for the federal health insurance exchange. So that means you have until March 31st before the fines are handed out. Now, more hearings on the glitches are scheduled on Capitol Hill later on today.
Lawmakers in Washington want answers today from the National Security Agency. They want to know whether the U.S. has been snooping on its allies, for how long, and who knew about it. One of the key witnesses at today's intelligence hearing will be General Keith Alexander, head of the National Security Agency. The White House says President Obama did not know about the NSA, that they were monitoring phone calls of world leaders, including Germany's Angela Merkel.
Was Obama calling up Keith Alexander and saying, I want you to listen to Angela Merkel? No way.
I don't think it's good enough for the president and the team around him to just claim ignorance.
German government officials are calling for an investigation.
5:05 is the time right now, and a briefing today on Capitol Hill as lawmakers hear testimony on drone use by the military. Robert Greenwalk, the director of Unmanned America's Drone Wars, is set to testify. Pakistani victims who survived a CIA drone strike are also set to speak in front of Congress today.
The manhunt continues this morning for 2 of the 4 escaped inmates in Oklahoma. All 4 men escaped by breaking the lock on a maintenance hatch above the shower in their cell. Tristan Cheadle and Anthony James Mendonca are still on the run. but police were able to capture Dylan Ray 3 Irons and Prime Brown just 20 miles from the jail.
They walked outside, and the cops, like about 10 of them, drove up here. That one just stopped, and they put him in the car. The other one ran down the alley, and the cop got him, and that was pretty much it.
Authorities say the escapees were local, and they've been canvassing the community to find them. This was the first escape from the 2-year-old jail.
U.S. military working dogs are on duty around the world, and they're now being honored for their service right here in Texas, down in San Antonio. The opening of the new monument marks the first time the U.S. military has elevated an animal to national monument status. It honors dogs that have served since World War II. San Antonio is where many of the animals are trained. So if you're trying to figure out where you're going to grab your lunch or where you want to go out to dinner tonight, there are some ways that you need to get out there. Maybe check out Austin's newest food tour.
This is pretty cool. It's called Truck by Truckwest, and it's a chance to sample 65 food trucks for about 20 bucks. Our Kate Whitehall is live in South Austin with the details. Hi, Kate.
Hey, good morning. You know, this is the first year for this, and how it all works is you purchase this badge right here, 20 bucks. It costs you online, $30 at the Long Center tonight. And then what you do is you go around to 65 different trucks around town, and you're able to get whatever they're serving. And it actually turns out not just samples at some places are just doing full meals, and really there's something in it for everyone.
We do tacos and tortas.
John Galindo was one of the first to open his food truck, Melizos, back in 2008.
We were right at the cusp of the whole food trailer explosion.
The trailer along South First Street has a big following, and it could get even bigger now that it's taking part in the first ever Truck by Truckwest. Melizos is one of 65 food trailers the public can sample during the 6-day event.
And you take 6 days to cruise around streets of Austin. You just kind of show up and you're like, I'm here with Truck by Truckwest, and they give you whatever their specials are.
That badge is 20 bucks. John is making a full meal of corn chowder, tacos, and Mexican hot chocolate.
So if you want to do the math, you're going to be possibly getting a meal at each trailer. You're eating for $20 over the course of 7 days. I don't know, it's like less than $3 a day, and you can get breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We make kind of crazy concoctions on top of donuts.
Next door, Gordo's will be giving out their new Smashing Pumpkin Donut.
So it has pumpkin mousse with ginger snaps, like really thin ones that are crushed, and then caramel with a little bit of sea salt.
They hope that sweet concoction for the festival will get some new customers.
And it also just kind of broadens everybody's horizon on what trucks are out there now.
And the reason all these food trailers are taking part is not only to try to get more customers for you to get out and sample, but they're in it to win it. In fact, if you then go out to vote on which one is your best food trailer, and the winning one is going to receive $10,000. Now, if you want to be able to pick up one of these badges, we have a link on our website right now, KXAN.com. But guys, what a deal, huh? 20 bucks, 65 food trailers, 6 days to sample it.
Yeah.
I know.
Did you sample any food? Did you sample that donut? It looked good.
I did not sample the donut, but Melizos, I've eaten there for years, and oh, so good. And they're going to be handing out, I didn't mention in my story, but free Lone Star beer as well with their meals. So not bad.
Well, you have a badge, so you can eat whatever you want there. That's awesome.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Thanks, Kate.